Good morning, precious people. Today's another fresh day. I'm so thankful for your irreplaceable light and the wisdom and experience that you bring into the world. Today is a gift, so it's filled with possibility. Let's open it with kindness and curiosity. We're all still growing and learning, so grab your nearest drink. I have water today. Um, let's check in with ourselves. Water's always so good. But let's take a breath. It's Saturday, it's Valentine's Day, so this should be nice. Maybe you could feel some love feelings inside when you're taking your breath. Okay, let's do it. I feel good. I feel really good. My husband leaves for South Africa today, so I was worried a little earlier in the week about that. But I know God has him. He has like a pickpocket proof undergarments. He has a locking backpack, which I don't think he's going to be taking. We ordered him like a fake wallet, like an alternative wallet to give to people if he gets mugged or something. And then he has a Faraday cage for his phone, or a Faraday pouch to put his phone in if, I don't know. He's going to be in a business setting most of the time, but I don't know if people do those like scanner things. We bought the Faraday pouches for my husband and my son for when they go to DEF CON later this year. We want them to go to Las Vegas to the Hackers Convention. So there would just be something interesting for them to do. So we're planning. I've been watching for tickets to open up to that. It's in August. I haven't checked that for a couple months, so maybe I'll go back or at least for a month. I haven't looked at their website to see if they're opening it up for ticket sales yet. But anyway, so I feel like God has them. We're doing, our part, trying to keep safe. But today's Valentine's Day. Yesterday, my whole family, we went out to have afternoon tea. It was so nice. It was great having my kids and my husband and everyone together. It was sweet. I really loved it. But let's recap this last week. So Sunday, I started it off kind of with a controversial subject. It was Epstein, talking about Epstein and the Department of Justice investigations they're doing. So it's like, okay, the Department of Justice, and that's Pam Bondi is over the Department of Justice right now. A lot of people giving her criticism for the job she's doing, and like no arrests and all this. Well, I don't know if you all understand that they have so many people, they have a finite amount of time and resources to go after people. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I hope it's not too loud. But so we want heads to roll, and I don't know if I was open and honest enough on Sunday, but I would love not just arrests, I would love death penalty for these crimes against children, grooming and trafficking. And then I guess I heard this week, some of the victims were groomed into becoming perpetrators themselves. So it's like, yeah, if you go after everyone and everyone's heads roll, some of them could be the victims being arrested too, because it was such a convoluted, crazy thing that was happening. And like maybe some Israeli involvement or Israel or something. Oh, kitty, hi. Come But what the point I was getting at Sunday is that there's only a finite amount of resources. And if there's kids right now being trafficked and tortured and abused, wouldn't, if you had 5 agents to work on anything, would you put all 5 agents on the Epstein files, going through millions and millions of documents and figuring this stuff out? Or would you put maybe 1 agent on the Epstein and you have 4 agents out there working to rescue these kids? Or people who have, that's not the only thing they're doing. They're doing a ton of stuff. Anyway, so that was the point I was trying to get at this week. Like, let's let them work it out. They have the information. They're making the cases. They're going to bring charges when they bring charges. It's not like something you could snap your finger and do. So let's let them cook. Let's let them do their job and thoroughly and build a strong case so that when they bring the charges, they can't be refuted. So that was that. And then let's see. Then I believe I talked about the Trump accounts. I believe it's just trumpaccounts.gov. So easy. If you have a child under 18, you can just open an account in their name. You need your social security number, their social security number. Just like not a lot of information. You can open these investment accounts for your kids. You can put in up to $5,000 a year into it for their future. And then if you have a baby born this year, next year, so 26, 27, or 28, anytime January through December 31st of those 3 years, the government will put $1,000 in those accounts for you. And the way the stock market is going right now is great. This could be just a little nest egg for your kids when they reach 18. And it's free money. Just do it. And in that same episode, I was talking about how, as a good steward of my family's money, I like to, every once in a while, like once a year, go through our fixed expenses like insurance and medical and cell phone, things like that, and just shop around or go to your provider and ask for a discount. Ask, is there any way we can lower this? My credit card bill, I'll do that every once in a while. When they will charge a weird fee, I'll call and ask for them to take it off. And if they can't, I'll be like, then can you just close my account then? That's fine. I'll go somewhere else if I'm having these mysterious fees popping up. You're not the only credit card around. So I don't do it in a rude way at all. I don't try to call and berate and stomp around and get my way. But you could do it in such a way where if you're sweet and you're nice and you're like, yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, a few times I've gotten these charges and I'm like, I have no clue what this is. Can you please look into this or tell me what this is for? And they're like, oh yeah, it's the fee for such and such. I go, oh, I didn't know. I'm sure it's in some sort of fine print somewhere, but this shocked me and I don't really want this to happen to me again. So I'm just going to go ahead and close my credit card. Shop around for a new credit card that gives you better points or perks. I recently did this in December, I believe. I had a credit card and I disputed a charge because I didn't get the product that I had paid for through Expedia. And they came back after the investigation, said, nope, you're liable for these charges. So I said, okay, go ahead and close my account. And they're like, well, why? And I said, well, I didn't get this thing. I paid hundreds of dollars for this thing through Expedia. I didn't get it. Expedia wouldn't give me my money back. The company wouldn't give me my money back. And now you're not honoring your bargain to protect me as a consumer. So I need to go. I don't want this to ever happen again. I'll go with a different company. So they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We wish you would have told us during the investigation. Now it's finalized. And I was like, oh, so I should have called during my investigation and said, if it comes back not in my favor, I will be closing this credit card. I'll know for next time, but there will be no next time because I'm with a new credit card company. So don't be afraid to hop around, find a better price, dispute things that even if it's a legitimate charge, dispute it, be like, I didn't know and I wasn't expecting this charge. But I mean, I'm not going to be snotty or nasty about it. It's just, yeah, I'm going to go look around. And now the credit card we have, we get free lounge access at any airport in the world almost. We've already used it several times in where were we? Oh, Brazil, Miami. Yeah. And my husband's going out to Johannesburg today. So anywhere we go, any airport, we can go into several lounges. So it's really nice. So shop around, get the best deal. Don't be afraid to ask for a discount. Ask for a credit rate decrease or an interest rate decrease, a credit rate or a credit limit increase. When you have time, I know life's overwhelming. There's a lot of things to do, but if you get to where something's bugging you, that was another episode. Something's bothering you, just fix it. You see that squeaky door hinge? You have any oil in your house, any sort of WD-40? Go easy, quick little fix. Those 2-minute things you can do. Wash the dish, put it in the dishwasher, or rinse your dishes if that's what you do. Wipe the countertop if it just takes 30 seconds. Just do it and it's done. And you get this dopamine hits whenever you get these little things done around your house. Or like, oh, your purse has a plastic fork and used napkins in it. Like, yeah, just remember to put those in your hand and throw them away. Just take care of your environment. It takes 2 minutes or less for most of these little tasks that start piling up and bothering you throughout the day. So there was science behind that, where if something takes less than 2 minutes to do and you just go do it, you get that dopamine hit. And your kids can get those dopamine hits if you're like, hey, can you clean up the shoe area by the front door? Can you organize those shoes for me? The kids can go do that. It's fine. That was another episode because the 2-minute rule led me into what do your kids do around the house? You put your kids to work. You're all working together to create the environment in your home. They have some executive functioning, I believe it was, that will increase. They have like ownership over their own environment, their bedroom. You can say where you want your kids to be responsible, for what area. You can even delegate common areas, like my first child, who is 12 years old. You are responsible for keeping the hallway clean. That means sweeping. So you do have to give them instructions, like when you see someone has tracked dirt or leaves in, you just do a sweep. Once a week, you need to vacuum the entryway rug. If someone's shoes get left out, you can ask them to put the shoes away, or you can choose to do it, like give them some choices around how they keep their area clean. Door handle needs to be sanitized once a day, things like that. You can delegate, and when you do delegate to children, I know me personally, for my kids, I like to make checklists. So I'm like, okay, when you are cleaning your room, first you remove all the trash. Second, you put all the clothes away. Third, toys and projects get put back in their place. And then fourth is vacuuming and wiping surfaces, and doorknobs, handles, and the edge of doors. I don't know if you see this door here, the edge of the door and the door frame typically get handprints and dirty. So I like to point that out. Light switches, things like that. Little, if you add those to your checklist, I have a checklist for my whole house, so that I think I was sick once, and I was like, I need someone to clean my house, but I'm like, I don't want certain things overlooked. So I was like, okay, I'll make myself a checklist. Just I can give it to someone if they want to help me. Last year before last, my children weren't able to afford any Christmas presents for anybody in the house, so they made little vouchers, and one of them was a house cleaning voucher for me because they know the way right to my heart. And so I was like, oh, thank goodness I have that checklist. So when I decide to cash in my voucher with them, I can already have my checklist ready for them. This is what I like done in the hallway. This is how I like my kitchen cleaned, step by step, what I like to do first, second, third. Let's see. I think that was all we talked about last week. I don't think I missed anything. Training up a child, that's what it's called. You're not just giving them chores. You're not using them for free labor to wait on you hand and foot. It is really training them up, and the benefits. Let me put this up so I can tell you the benefits of training your kids to do chores. It builds self-esteem, and it's genuine self-esteem. So if they're doing something of their own accord, a drawing, coloring, whatever, and you're like, that good job, that's nice. But that's just kudos for doing what they were going to do anyway. This is real self-esteem where they're contributing to the people in their environment. And it develops competence too that they can be proud of. It gives empathy, where when kids are cleaning up things like the entry hallway, it's nice that everything's just so tidy and neat and clean, but guess who did that? And they wouldn't have had the awareness of the effort it takes to just keep even the front hallway clean. So it gives them awareness of what's going on in their life and the people who really are contributing to their own environment. It gives them the empathy for someone else cleaning for them. And then delayed gratification. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to do this, but my mom says I need to vacuum this rug once a week, and it is Sunday, so it's the day that I vacuum that I've decided, so I'm going to do it. And the delayed gratification for humans, especially if they learn it early on, is a great predictor of success. My husband and I were talking about drug addiction and things the other day, and I was saying I feel like when you get addicted to drugs, it's probably because certain things like you haven't learned delayed gratification, you haven't learned self-control, some certain things like that can contribute to whether you become a drug addict or not, I believe. I could look into that further. But I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you were able to do something fun, get out there, enjoy the sun with the people you love. If anything I talked about today sparked a thought, go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe. Click the subscribe button, whatever platform you're on. Every single day is a chance to learn something new, keep growing and learning, and become more of the wonderful person you are. The world is better with your light in it. Thanks for sharing your time with me, and I'll be here tomorrow. But until then, I hope you have a beautiful day. You know you're the Lord's precious ones. Bye.